First day at Lords it was overcast, and it was actually play was delayed I think about half an hour because of some drizzle, and a cloud cover generally and moisture in the air does help swing bowling. So plus the balls that they used in England called the County Duke were beautiful to bowl with. Always dark coloured, they had a big prominent seam, and so it was ideal conditions for a bowler of my type.
And there is the outswinger. Now that really is fine swing bowling. That's out. Greg Chappell, the man completing the innings. Caught Greg Chappell bowl Massey for 19. It gives Massey his bag of 8 in each innings. A wonderful performance. Bob Massey, cut from the field by players and spectators. 8 for 53.
Well, every young cricketer's dream, I think, to play #1 for Australia, and that is a dream. You never think you're going to. And then, of course, to be picked on Ashes too, I think was the absolute ultimate. The first day at Lords it was overcast, and it was actually play was delayed I think about half an hour because of some drizzle, and a cloud cover generally and moisture in the air does help swing bowling. So plus the balls that they used in England called the County Duke were beautiful to bowl with. Always dark coloured, they had a big prominent seam, and so it was ideal conditions for a bowler of my type. Plus I'd also used that ball in 3 years in Scotland prior to that tour. Yeah, pretty nervous. I mean, I was bowling from the nursery end, and Dennis had bowled downhill from the members' end, and there's just, of course, this big slope at Lords, which is quite pronounced. You don't notice it so much after about 3 days, but that first morning you do. You sort of feel as though you're going to fall off the wicket at times. It's so sort of on such an angle. I sprayed quite a few around. Rod Marsh had to make some great saves too to stop them going through for 4. And I think that was also because the ball was moving around a lot, and you do get a bit over-enthusiastic as well, plus the nerves. Till you get that first wicket, you are pretty nervous and uptight. I guess it's like a footballer before they kick their first goal. Once you get that, it does help settle the nerves, and you get more into the routine.
Hold him. Good victory there for Massey. A good Yorker. And look at the breakthrough for the Australians. Look at the joy on Massey's face.
It was a bit of a fluke, I think. I've been bowling outswingers to Boycott. It was my plan had a bowl at the end. I was bowling a bit wide of off stump, and I tried to get one a bit straighter, but it became more round about middle stump, middle and leg. He got a bit tangled up, I think, and went to hit it through mid-wicket, a bit too square, missed it and hit middle stump, so it was really almost a full toss. So perhaps a little bit lucky, but, you know, a great feeling, and, well, to get Boycott out any time is a big plus for you and the team, of course. Once that first wicket, it's like the monkey off the bat. You know, you've got a wicket at least. If nothing else happens, I've got a test wicket. You know, if I get 1 for 100, well, at least I've got a wicket. It's a bit of a relief, but there's more work to be done, of course.
It's the 4th wicket to go down.
When you start getting wickets, it's more a matter of just making sure you don't relax and make sure you keep the pressure on to try and get the next one, whoever gets it for the team's sake.
He's gone. Must be out, caught behind. He's given him out, and Greg is not particularly enamoured of the raised finger at the far end.
I had 5 at stumps, but I'd bowled 20 odd overs, so it wasn't like, you know, they just tumbled like a pack of cards. Then the next morning we took the second new ball, and I got 3 pretty quickly to finish off with the 8.
And here now is Massey bowling again to Snow. And there is the outswinger. Now that really is fine swing bowling. Coming on with the second new ball, a beautifully pitched outswinger there to account for John Snow. Still with the second new ball and bowling to Norman Gifford. And Rodney Marsh, his West Australian teammate, takes the final catch. And England are all out for 272. And look at the jubilation on Bob Massey's face. That's real pleasure, isn't it? An entirely unspoilt young cricketer playing in his first test match at the home of cricket. And he's done so wonderfully well.
I think it's just like relief that you've got a fair few wickets. But as I say, you're still emotionally involved with the situation of the match. We had to then go out and bat and make sure we didn't, you know, get bowled out for 100 less than England and give them a big start. So I think you're sort of still focusing on that as much as your own performance is sort of secondary to the team performance. But Dennis Lilly come up to me on the Saturday afternoon in a packed house at Lords. Come on, mate, we've got to get one of these opens off, knock one of these opens off before they pass us, before they get to 36 runs.
Bob Massey, he deserved that one. A good breakthrough there.
Went to tea and they were 4 for about 25 or 4 for 29 or something, and the crowd was just going ballistic. We knew then we were, you know, on top of it, but we couldn't relax. We had to just keep the pressure on.
He's out. Edwards has caught him behind square leg. It was a good, authentic stroke. And Bob Massey now has become the first Australian cricketer ever to take 15 wickets in a test match. What an incredible performance for a man in his first test And now he becomes the first man ever.
It's quite funny how it crops up. I met the great Jim Laker at a function during that tour. Who took 19 wickets, of course, at the Oval against Australia in '56. And he said to me, Bob, there was 4,500 people there on that last day at Old Trafford in '56. And I reckon I've met 30,000 people who claimed to have been there that day. So, and I've met, I don't know, probably half the crowd that was there that day on that Saturday afternoon at Lord's. It's just amazing the amount of people that pop up and say, yeah, I was there on that Saturday afternoon at Lord's. It's just incredible how many Australians were there that day.
Bob Massey with 27.2 overs, 9 maidens, 8 for 53. And the England total, 116. Bob Massey, cut from the field by players and spectators.